everybody. Dan Cunliffe, Managing Director of Pangea, and thank you so much for joining us for our November video log. Slightly different setting. We're in the new office, and I'm on the couch. I get relegated to the couch, so this is as close as I can get to taking you guys around the office. So we're talking about a couple of things this month, particularly focused on our relationship with our Fitbit for Buildings buddy Home. Basically want to spend a little bit of time just taking guys through that. Talk a little bit about what's happening early next year in March, and then also give you a little bit of insight into anyone who is a bit of an outdoorsy and enjoys their caravans. There's got a bit of interesting stories on that. But further ado, talk a little bit about Buddy. So for those of you who have seen the work we've done and the kind of press releases, we've got a relationship with a company called Buddy Home, who's originally from Australia, and we have put together a solution with them which we're using as a kind of, in quotes, a Fitbit for building. But the way that a Fitbit helps you to monitor the way that your health is improving or kind of disproving, I suppose, through walking and the things you do, it doesn't necessarily make you better, but it does give you the right information. This is what this product does for the building's environment. It effectively monitors everything from gas, electricity to water, from the building to the floor, right down to the desk level, and helps companies basically understand how their building is operating. And the result of that is taking that data, analyzing it, and giving you informed decisions on how to either procure your energy better, but also how to be more conscious about what you're doing with the environment and possibly reducing your energy usage. A couple of stats that we actually have that kind of promotes and helps this decision is that 20% of companies spend more than £250,000 a year on energy. And even being able to offer percentages that we think this solution can deliver, anything between sort of 8 and 17% improvement on those costs, is tangible, right? So from our perspective, and what we want to do with our partners in this, is really bring them a off-the-shelf, easy to use, simple to install IoT solution, which provides the level of connectivity, has the device, and also delivers the analytics side to your building and managing it better. I spoke with the country manager Roland Green this week to really talk more about our partnership, what it means for building management in general at a global scale, and we just sat down and spoke a little bit about that. The full interview is available, but here's just a quick snippet about what we did.
Great. So look, from our perspective, in terms of what we think we can bring to this partnership, we've got 7 years experience in the big data analytics side of things, and a very powerful cloud platform that we've built from scratch. And that kind of forms the foundation to Buddy Home, which has been our go-to-market product for the last 18 months, which is all about environmental measuring and monitoring to help companies become more efficient.
Thanks so much, Roland. I really, really appreciate the time, and obviously if you're having a chance to listen to this, I really would encourage you guys, speak to the account manager, speak to me, get in touch with us. It's a product that is almost kind of a necessity these days, almost as much as a utility, to be able to know how is your building performing, how is your energy performing, and being able to be conscientious about your carbon usage is a vital part on most of the corporate strategies and the way that people need to work these days. Moving forward, it's almost Christmas, which is exciting. For those of you who have been good and will receive lots of gifts, I'm sure it will be a very exciting time. However, it's all things go over here at the Pangea HQ, and we're working hard on getting out all of the Christmas cards and making sure that everyone is ready for the festivities around the end of the year. However, we're really looking into what's happening next year, and we've got 2 big events coming up. The first one in February, which is the Mobile World Congress, will be happening in Barcelona. And I mentioned this in my vlog last month, that we generally get 1 or 2 tickets available. So if you are very interested, want to go along, can get yourself down to Barcelona, let us know, drop us a line, and perhaps we can get you on the exhibition, well, with us along there in Barcelona. That'll be around about the end of February. The one that is in UK, happening in Northampton, is the Margin in Mobile. We're a gold sponsor along with Samsung. What's going to be pretty interesting there is we're going to talk a lot about how mobile resellers and dealers can actually make more money out of working with IoT and M2M connectivity than what they do today in traditional mobile. You may think that's not true. I will show you ways that is very, very true, because we're seeing it today with our 150 partners getting more margin out of the mobile services today. So that'll be on the 21st of March in Northampton, Margin Mobile. Please do register for it. It's a comms dealer event. We'd love you guys to get down there and come and listen to the story we're talking about over there. Finally, in other news, I mentioned caravans. The humble caravan has been around for ages, and people have always been trying to do more and more technology things related to what they do in the caravan, getting satellite TV, being able to watch the sport when you need to watch the sport, or obviously bring your internet in there. But one of the more kind of, I suppose, well-known caravan companies, a company in America called Airstream, has taken it to the new level where they've actually started to completely, if there's such a word, IoT-ify their caravans, where simple things like being able to know where your caravan is at all times is actually becoming more and more important. If you were to park in a park and you go for a walk, you actually know where you got to get back to, especially if it's not a kind of well signposted place. But other things that are quite interesting, they've developed an app which talks to various sensors within the caravan to warm up the inside before you come to the caravan from a long walk, or being actually able to change the lighting. What about being able to use LTE Advanced in order to stream Netflix and being able to watch things on BBC, for example. So we will post a little link to that article in this YouTube video as well, and I just thought it was something interesting to share. Being on the go, being able to use connectivity anywhere is a big part of what we talk about as well. So I thought that was an interesting thing to share. That's the end of my vlog. Next month or later on, we will be doing some really interesting Christmas updates, and then in January and in February we get going again with 2019, which is incredible to think we're already there, but lots to come. Partners are excited, especially with some of the new products coming out. Thanks so much for listening. Dan Cunliffe, Managing Director. We'll speak to you again soon.